Good afternoon, everyone. In last lecture, we have seen the phase fault relay and directional relays we have seen. So in this phase fault relays, so if there is any fault in the two phases of a line, okay, so when we are considering R, Y and B phases, so that phase fault may be the change in the phase sequence, or there may be a phase loss. Okay, means if any line cuts, okay, or breaks down of any line, or if there is a change in the sequence, okay, that is instead of RYB, if we are using RBY sequence, like this, if you are changing the sequence, then also the fault is occurring. Okay, so when such a type of fault occurs, that time this relay protects such a device, any type of device or any transmission line or a circuit from such type of faults. Okay, that is the phase fault relay. So it gives either alarm or it gives signal for tripping the circuit breaker. Okay, so these are the advantages of phase fault relay. Means if we can detect that fault, we can surely increase the life of motor. It reduces maintenance and repair costs. Okay, and avoid risk of electric shock and fire. Okay, so means it increases the electrical safety. That is the phase fault relay advantages. Okay, then we have seen the directional relays. Directional relays means what? Actually, these relays operate in only one direction. Means when the current is flowing in only one direction, okay, then only this relay will operate. Means when it has two actually components. One is the directional element is there and non-directional element is there. So when the current is flowing in one direction only, that time this relay will understand, or it will sense that the current is flowing in one direction only. Okay, and first is the directional element, but another section is the non-directional, or it is called the overcurrent element. So when the current will flow in the secondary only, that time this relay will operate here. Okay, means if the current is flowing in opposite direction, then it will not operate. So it is called the directional relay. Okay, so here there are two elements, that is directional and non-directional or overcurrent elements. When the normal current is flowing, okay, that is from potential transformer and from current transformer, the flux will set here, and these two fluxes, that is phi 1 and phi 2, will produce torque. Okay, so when these two contacts get closed here, that time only the supply will be given to the secondary of this overcurrent element, then and then only your overcurrent element will operate. These are the directional and non-directional relays. Okay, non-directional elements. Okay, so today we'll start with the static relays. So static relays we have already seen, but these are the static overcurrent relays. So here static relays means there are no rotating parts. So when we are considering these previous relays, there are rotating parts. These are the induction relays. So here the disk is rotating. Okay, disk is rotating here. The torque is produced. So these are mechanical relays, electromechanical relays, but these static relays are constant, means there is no any moving parts. So these relays are made with semiconductor switches like thyristor. Okay, So here we are considering the two conditions or two states, that is on and off. Okay, on and off. So for that we are considering 1 and 0. Okay, just like your digital, we are considering only two states. For on it is 1 and for off it is 0. Okay, now based on the characteristics, these relays, static overcurrent relays are classified as instantaneous overcurrent relays, then definite time overcurrent relays, then inverse time overcurrent relays with definite minimum time, that is IDMT, and directional overcurrent relays. Okay, so out of these we'll see in this here the first two relays, that is the instantaneous overcurrent relays and definite time overcurrent relays. Okay, so instantaneous overcurrent relays, what is mean by this instantaneous overcurrent relays? First tell me, what is the instantaneous overcurrent relay? We have already seen this instantaneous overcurrent relays, but we have not seen the special application, just like we are now seeing for the static overcurrent relays. What are the instantaneous overcurrent relays? When they operate, what is the difference between instantaneous and definite time overcurrent relays? Yes, Revati, what is the difference, or what is the instantaneous overcurrent relay? Yes, Chaitanya, Chaitanya, roll number 39. Saurabh, Kishori, what is instantaneous relay? Okay, so the instantaneous, is there anyone in the lecture, or I am only teaching? And yes, Ankita present? Okay. So the instantaneous relays means what? I already told you, but instantaneous relays means we know that if any fault is occurring in the system, okay, if any fault occurs in the system, your relay should immediately operate, right? So when the fault occurs, actually current reaches to the high value, that is we set some value at your relay, okay, that is called the pickup value. When that fault current reaches that pickup value, okay, then your relay should operate immediately. But this does not happen. Actually, the time for operation of relay, it's some fixed time is there, okay, that is we have seen that 0.3 to 0.5 seconds, okay, that time is taken by each and every relay for the operation. But after that also for some time is given there, okay, some time is given there, specific time is given there for the operation. It is in seconds only, but that time is given, okay. So if that particular time is given, then that is called the definite time overcurrent relays, okay, definite time overcurrent relays. But in instantaneous relays, no such time is provided, okay, no such time is provided, means your relay operates very instantly, means if your fault occurs here and if that fault current reaches to pickup value, then your relay will operate instantly, okay, that is called the instantaneous overcurrent relays. Okay, now this is static overcurrent relay. So this is the block diagram of the static instantaneous overcurrent relays. So here first the input current, okay, is given to the input transformer. Okay, so this input current is nothing but the current taken from the CTs or PTs here. Then it is given to the input transformer. Okay, so it will change to the whole. It will means here we will get the output in terms of a voltage. Okay, then it is given to the rectifier and filter unit. So this rectifier and filter unit converts it into DC. Okay, because for our system we are using AC, and this output of this transformer is given to the rectifier, means it is converted into DC, and for the harmonics again it is filtered. Okay, so the filter is used here. So whatever output we get, then this output is given to the level detector. Okay, so first input current is given to input transformer, then it is given to the rectifier to convert into DC, then whatever harmonics are there, these are filtered. Okay, means you will get the pure wave there. Then it is given to the level detector. Level detector means what? Here your pickup value is already set. Okay, by using current setting we can set the pickup value for the relay, right? So when if this value of input current is equal to or greater than this pickup value, then what will happen? Your relay will operate or not? Your relay will operate or not? If it is equal to or greater than pickup value, your relay will operate or not? Yes? What do you understand? Every time you are saying we understand, we understand. Aditya? Swapnali? स्वप्नाली शेंडगे?
येस मॅडम.
समजतंय का काय?
मॅडम कळलं नाहीच काय.
काय कळत नाहीये मग एक्झॅक्ट? So what is pickup value?
Minimum value of the relay.
At which your relay will operate, right? So means you know that at relay some fixed value is there, value is set there, right? So if that value is reached by the current, then only your relay will operate there. Correct? Correct? Now
Yes.
up to this point we have seen only the electromechanical relays. Now we are using static overcurrent relays. Means what? If the current exceeds, then your relay will operate. But how? Here we are not using any mechanical part. Okay, we are using here electronic components, suppose. Okay, so here the input current is taken from the current transformers. Okay, how it is taken? Because for that you should know the relay circuit diagram first. Okay, how we are taking the supply? We are taking supply from the line, transmission line or any power system by using this current transformer or potential transformer, right? So this transformer CTs or PTs reduces that voltage and current to the measurable value, right? So we are taking this input current. Okay, we are taking this input current from the CT. Okay, from the CT. Then this input current is given to the input transformer. Okay, it is given to the input transformer, and then output of this, that is the voltage. Okay, that is in terms of the voltage. So this is rectified. Okay, so this is rectified here. Okay, suppose this voltage is there, this voltage is rectified because this is AC. Okay, AC, and it is converted into DC here. Okay, so if it is converted into DC, then there are number of harmonics. Okay, so these harmonics are filtered. Okay, so that you will get the pure output here. You will get the pure output. Means in a simple language, you have to simply here compare the input current, okay, with the pickup value of current. Okay, with the pickup value of current in this level detector. Okay, so here some value of current is set, that is called the pickup current. Okay, some value of current is set here, that is pickup current. So if this input current is less than the pickup value, then this your relay will not operate. Okay, if that value input current means if any fault is occurring, but if that value is less than the pickup value, then your relay will not operate here. But if the fault occurs and its value is greater than the pickup value, okay, is greater than the pickup value or equal to the pickup value, then your relay will operate here. Okay, your relay will operate, and here actually whatever signal we are getting means the value we are getting is low here. Okay, is low, therefore it is again amplified. Okay, it is again amplified by using amplifier and given to the output device. Okay, and it is given to the trip signal, means for tripping of the signal, means for disconnecting the faulty circuit. Okay, for disconnecting the faulty circuit. So means, but its operation is very fast, therefore it is called the instantaneous static overcurrent relay. Okay, समजलंय का?
हो मॅडम समजलं.
Okay, now the next is the definite time overcurrent relays. Okay, definite time overcurrent relays means here the fixed time is provided. Okay, so when any fault occurs in the system, if any fault occurs in the system, after fault occurrence some fixed time is provided, and after that your relay will operate there. Okay, after that your relay will operate. Your normal inverse time current characteristic is like this. Okay, is like this. But if you consider the definite time inverse current characteristic, then for this particular time is provided here. Okay, definite time is provided here for the operation of relay. Okay, so here the input signal derived from the main current transformer is converted to proportional voltage signal by the input current transformer. Here. Okay, so whatever current we are getting from the current transformer, okay, here there is a current transformer which is again taking the supply from the power system. Then this current transformer output is given to the input transformer. This input transformer converts into voltage. Okay, so we want here voltage as a input, therefore it is its output is managed in such a way that you will get the voltage output. Okay, and then this is rectified and filtered. Okay, why it is rectified? Okay, it's because to compare these values, and this is AC. Okay, and we require here DC supply, therefore we are rectifying this. So rectifier, simply if this is AC, when you are rectifying you will get in this way, and as there are harmonics, for getting a pure wave you should use the filters here. Okay, so this is a rectifier and filter unit. Then its output is given to the level detector. Okay, so at this level detector, as I told you, the preset value is set here. Okay, means the current setting is done, that is called the pickup value. Okay, that value is set here. So here it is also called the threshold value, or it is also called the threshold value of the level detector. Now if the voltage exceeds the preset threshold value, the level detector gives an output voltage. Okay, the level detector gives an output voltage, means if this voltage exceeds that pickup value, then it will give the output voltage, means then and then only your relay will operate here. So thereby charging the capacitor C of the RC timing circuit starts. Okay, means the charging of the RC series circuit will start here, and it will take again some time. Okay, again some time. So as this voltage, okay, this voltage again if exceeds the level detector 2, okay, level detector 2, then the output will be given to the amplifier. Okay, means again that will be amplified, its value will be amplified and given to the trip signal here. Okay, so that is the definite time over current relays, static relays. Okay, so here the time is provided, that's why this circuit is used here. Some particular time will be provided, that's why this extra circuit is used here. Okay, so these two relays will see in this static overcurrent relays. Now the advantages of this static overcurrent relays. So what are the advantages? First is the low CT burden. So what is mean by low CT burden? CT burden means what? CT burden means what? Burden means what? Yes, burden means what? Yes, Ankita, load, correct. Burden means load. Okay, means it is the load which you can bear. Okay, means your capacity, it is showing your capacity. Okay, so advantages are the low CT burden. Okay, then compact in size. Okay, compact in size means for static relays, CT burden. Okay, means CT burden means what we can say, the load they can bear is low. Okay, then compact in size. Okay, size is less as compared to electromechanical relays. Then possibility of instantaneous reset. Okay, means there is simply on and off switch. Okay, on and off switch. Therefore, we can simply reset it very fastly because if we consider the electromechanical relays, there is moving part. Okay, so for resetting or coming to the rest position, it takes some time. Okay, but these relays operate very fastly. Then they are more accurate time current characteristic. Okay, time current characteristic is accurate. Then less maintenance, long life, and not affected by shock and vibrations. Okay, so as no mechanical parts, maintenance is low, then its life is long, and these are not affecting by shock and vibrations. Okay, so these are the advantages. Then the next point is the microprocessor based overcurrent relays. Now, this microprocessor based relays, in these relays also we have seen in last chapter, but the special applications means here the overcurrent protection. Okay, so for overcurrent protection we are using this. So here again the current transformer is there, then current to voltage converter, rectifier unit is there, then multiplexer. Okay, multiplexer, A by D means analog to digital converter, and because this is required for your microprocessor, then then the output of this microprocessor is again given to the multiplexer, because here again the comparison will be there. Okay, so after comparing, if that value is more than the preset value, then your signal will be given to the trip signal. Okay, trip signal will be given to the circuit breaker here. Okay, now this is a microprocessor based relay, and the microprocessor based overcurrent relay, and it is used for the phase and ground and overcurrent protection in utility, industrial, and commercial electrical power systems. Okay, so it is used for the phase protection, ground protection, phase and ground protection in utility means in your normal use, then in industrial and commercial electrical power systems. Okay, and it operates from conventional 5 ampere or 1 ampere secondary current transformers. Okay, so CTs used here, their secondary rating can be 1 ampere or 5 ampere. Okay, so we can simply use 200 by 1 ampere CT or 400 by 5 ampere CT. Okay, so this is your microprocessor based overcurrent relays. So there are advantages of this microprocessor based overcurrent relays are it is programmable. Okay, so in microprocessor based relays, what we are doing in previous relays, so if we take the induction type, or if we can consider the electromechanical relays, then the phase difference is obtained here by using different current transformers, potential transformers. Okay, and that phase difference or produces the torque. Okay, produces the torque for the movement of this disc here. Okay, now but in static relays, what we are doing here, in static relays a level detector is there. Okay, and this level detector detects the input current. Okay, input current and the fixed value of that current or voltage here. So so that will be compared, okay, in this level detector, and then accordingly the output will be sent for the tripping purpose. Okay, so this is in the static relays, means there are some blocks. Okay, but in microprocessor based relays we are using the processor and the programming is done in this processor. Okay, means some value is set there, fixed value, and when it will be compared, okay, then only you will get the output signal here. If the value is less than that preset value, then your relay will not work, and if it is greater, then your relay will work. What is the advantage of this microprocessor based relay is that these are very fast in operation. Okay, that is fast operation is the main advantage. Then it is programmable, and the program can handle the online calculations and make the decision accordingly. Okay, so here we can program, and we can online check the calculations there. Okay, then a microprocessor unit can perform the retransmission operation of several systems. Okay, so retransmission operation of several systems means at a time. Okay, so retransmission can also be done. Okay, because there are number of ports. Okay, then the next one is the numerical overcurrent relay. So this numerical overcurrent relay is also a microprocessor based relay. Numerical overcurrent relay is also a microprocessor based relay. So here what is the difference between this microprocessor based relay and numerical overcurrent relay? So here actually you have to enter the numerical values here. Okay, so we'll see at the time of practical also. Numerical relay actual values are there, that's why it is called the numerical overcurrent relay. And this numerical relay is very fast in operation as compared to the simple microprocessor based relays. Okay, and they are accurate, and also they are more flexible. Okay, so for these relays, numerical overcurrent relays, so here again we are considering the current transformers and potential transformers. All of you getting? Yes or no? समजतंय का? Okay. So here in numerical overcurrent relay, so consider here the current transformer and voltage transformers for which the inputs are current and voltage respectively. Then the outputs of this current transformer and voltage transformer are given to the signal conditioner. Okay, signal conditioner means here the signal is condition means in whatever form you want. Okay, that you will get here. Then this is the SH circuit. Okay, SH circuit means it is called the sampling and hold circuit. Okay, it is called the sampling and hold circuit. Then its output means that signal is sampled here. Okay, that signal is sampled. Then it is given to the analog multiplexer, then to analog to digital converter, and to the microprocessor system. That can be microprocessor or microcontroller you can use. Here again the comparison will be done, and the fault, if there is any fault, then the signal will be given. Okay, this is the trip signal will be given to the circuit breaker here. Okay, so here this is the numerical overcurrent relay, and this relay is used for selective short circuit and earth fault protection of radial feeders. Okay, in solidly earth, then resistance earth, or impedance on power systems. Okay, so this relay can be used for short circuit and earth fault protection. So actually here in this chapter also only the overview is there. What is mean by overcurrent relay? What is mean by static overcurrent relay, microprocessor based or numerical overcurrent relay? Actually, how they are operating or how for which applications they are used, we will see in the upcoming chapters, because in next chapter there is distance protection. Okay, means for distance or transmission line protection, which types of relays are used. Okay, and how it can be protected will be seen. Okay, in that which types of relays can be used will be seen. Similarly, in next chapter there is a equipment protection, means in that we'll see the alternator protection is there, then transformer protection is there, motor protection is there. Then for the equipment protection, which types of relays can be used, which types of faults are there. Okay, so actual implementation is at that time only. So here you have to consider only the overview. Okay, only overview. Okay, now, so anyone having problem? समझते हैं का? Yes or no? Okay. Now we'll see the next point, that is the differential relay, and all of you draw the block diagrams at least, because these are very important. Note at least the block diagram, and you note the points also.
Maximum current to extra current. So this maximum current or the extra current, it is due to that maximum current. This maximum current for current condition.
Okay.
Now, at that situation, this MCCB it will treat and protect the equipment. And
now we'll see the differential relay. Okay. Up to this point, which relays we have seen? Can anyone summarize? Which relays we have seen in this chapter? All of you, if you have noted the points, you can tell me. Which relays we have seen? Yes. Which relays we have seen? In case of that machine or the motor. So we have seen the earth fault relays, phase fault relays, directional relays, right? Then microprocessor based relays, overcurrent relays, then static overcurrent relays, and the last was the numerical overcurrent relay. Okay, so these points we have seen. Now we'll see the differential relay. So what is mean by this differential relay actually? So what the name is saying, difference. Okay, difference means when this relay will operate, when there will be difference between any two quantities. Okay, when there will be some difference between any two given quantities, then only this relay will operate there. Okay, so this differential relay is the most positive in selectivity and in action. Okay, so it is most positive means it is preferred mostly in selectivity and in action. Then it operates on the principle of comparison between the phase angle and magnitudes of two or more similar electrical quantities. Okay, so this relay will operate when there will be some comparison between the phase angle and magnitude of two or more similar electrical quantities. Okay, suppose if I am taking the current, okay, so if I am taking the current, then there should be some difference between these two currents, then your differential relay will operate. Okay, so that may be the two similar quantities or two different electrical quantities. Okay, then for example, in comparison of current entering a line and current leaving it. Okay, so if we are considering one circuit in which current is entering at a one end and the current is leaving at other end, if more current enters the protected line than leaves it, the extra current must flow in the fault. Okay, in the fault means suppose we are considering one transmission line. Okay, we are considering one transmission line. So if the entering current, suppose this current is I1, okay, and the second end current is I2 here. Okay, that current is I2 here. So if I consider that the entering line current, that is I1, so suppose this I1 is greater than the leaving current, that is I2. Okay, that is I2. It means that some fault is there, and that current is flowing in that fault. Okay, some fault is there and that current is flowing in that fault, because if we consider the ideal system, or the normal operating condition, then whatever be the input current, the output current should be same there. But if these two are not equal, then there can be the fault, or that different current is flowing through the fault. Okay, so the difference between the two electrical quantities can operate the relay to isolate the circuit. Okay, so that fault current, whatever be the current flowing through that fault current, will operate the relay, and it will isolate the circuit or disconnect the circuit, means disconnect the faulty section there. Okay, so this is the differential relay. Means here simply we are comparing the two values, or two electrical quantities that can be the similar or dissimilar quantities. Okay, so that can be the same or different quantities here. So a differential relay is defined as the relay that operates when the phasor difference of two or more similar electrical quantities exceeds the predetermined amount. Okay, so if the difference between the two quantities exceeds the predetermined amount, okay, then your relay will operate here. That is the differential relay. Okay, so all of you understood what is meant by differential relay. Then we'll see the next point, that is the types of differential relays. So everyone note at least the point, then definition, okay, how it is working. Then next is the types of differential relays. So there are three types of these differential relays. So first is the current balance differential relay. Second is biased differential relay, or it is also called percentage differential relay. And third is the voltage balance differential relay. Okay. So everyone note these three types. Then we'll see the first type, that is current balance differential relay.
wiring installation and sophisticated equipment against overcurrent. Okay, again, this equipment it can be this overcurrent equipment. This device provides a definite protection to the wiring installation. Wiring installation का protection provide करे and
Okay, what? Now first we'll see the current balance differential relay.
against
Okay.
overcurrent as well as short circuit fault आणि overcurrent चा
सगळ्यांनी टाइप्स लिहून घेतलेत का?
the thermal operation overload protection.
So this percentage differential relay is specifically given in your syllabus. Okay. So first is the current balance differential relay. Now in this current balance differential relay, so here just see this diagram. Okay, concentrate. Now here you can see these are the two current transformers. Okay, two current transformers are there. Okay, it is 200 by 1 means primary current is 200 ampere, secondary current is 1 ampere. Okay, and these two current transformers are same. Okay, are same, and here for example this alternator winding is given, means consider that there is a alternator protection. Okay, and this end is connected to the load and the another end is connected to the ground here. Okay, so for the protection purpose we are using this relay, and how actually it is protecting we will see. Okay, now here the two current transformers are used, and now these two current transformers, okay, this first one and this second one, these two are connected in series. Okay, these two are connected in series, but how? Just see their current direction. So here you can see the current is flowing from 5 ampere through the secondary CT, through the second CT, and then in this way here. Okay, the current is flowing, means the current transformers are connected in series. Okay, in series, and their current is flowing in such a direction that the induced currents in the same direction. Okay, means currents are also in the same direction. Okay, now here we have taken the operating coil of the overcurrent relay. Okay, means when this coil will exactly operate. Okay, this is the operating coil, means when some current will flow through this coil, then your relay will operate there. Okay, so this coil is connected in between these two lines, means the two current transformers. Okay, so in between these two current transformers, so that whatever be the current flowing, if that current is not balanced, then the current will flow through the operating coil here. Okay, so the operating coil is used. Now here you can see the current at this end. Okay, at this point the input current is 5 ampere. Input current is 5 ampere, right? Output current is also 5 ampere. Okay, output current is also 5 ampere. Then if you go from this current transformer again for this end also, okay, for this end also input current is 5 ampere, output current is also 5 ampere. Means it means that whatever be the input current is equal to output current. So it means that there is no any fault in the system. Okay, there is no any fault in the system. The system is normal. Therefore Therefore, current flowing through this overcurrent relay is equal to 0 ampere. Is equal to 0 ampere. Okay. But if the fault is occurred there, then this current, there will be some current in this operating coil. Okay, in this operating coil. But here no fault is occurred, means incoming current is equal to outgoing current. Therefore, the fault current or the current flowing through the operating coil of overcurrent relay is equal to 0 ampere. समजलंय का हे? समजलंय का? Okay. Now, under normal operating conditions, suppose the alternator winding carries a normal current of 1000 ampere. Okay. So, we are considering that under normal conditions, your alternator is carrying 1000 ampere current. Then the current in the two secondaries of the CTs are equal. Okay. So if the current in the alternator is 1000 ampere, at that time the current in this CT secondary winding will be same there, will be same. Then these currents will merely circulate between the two CTs and no current will flow through the differential relay. Okay. So these currents will merely circulate between two CTs and no current will flow through the differential relay, means the current is flowing between the CTs only and 0 ampere current is flowing through the differential relay. Okay, therefore the relay remains inoperative. Okay, means if there is no current flowing through the operating coil of the relay, this relay will not operate. Okay, this relay will not operate here. हे समजलंय का? समजलंय का? Repeat diagram. Okay, so consider here.
You will study in the power system, the sum of algebraic current from each stage or each coil. That is, suppose R IR plus Y flow on current IY plus B flow on current IB. Sum of all the current is equal to 0 for when there is no earth leakage. If there is no earth leakage.
Okay, so now concentrate once again. Now here what is given, suppose we are protecting our alternator. Okay, so here alternator winding is given. It is connected to the load side here and one terminal is connected to ground. Okay, so here we have to check whether the fault is occurring or not. Okay, so here we are considering two current transformers, means secondary sides of the current transformers are considered here. Okay, so here that current, secondary side current is 1 ampere suppose. Okay, now actually this 5 ampere is shown only for your reference. Okay, that is all similar currents are flowing. Okay, so here the two similar secondaries of the current transformers are connected in series. Okay, so you can see this secondary side of current transformer, current is flowing in this direction. Okay, then again current is flowing in this direction and through this CT. Okay, means these two CTs are connected in series. okay, are connected in series. Now in between that or across these two, one operating coil is connected, means whatever be the current, means here we get a node, here we get a node, here incoming current, this 5 ampere is the incoming current, and here again 5 ampere is your outgoing current, right? So incoming current should be equal to outgoing current, then only we can say that this is a balanced condition. Okay, then for this side also, this node also, incoming current is 5 ampere, outgoing current is 5 ampere. Okay, means two same currents are there, means input current is equal to output current. Therefore whatever be the current, whatever be the difference of current flowing between this operating coil is equal to 0 ampere, is equal to 0 ampere. But if the input current is different, output current is different, then some current will flow through this operating coil. Okay, it means that your relay will operate there. Okay, your relay will operate. Here actually no current is flowing. It means that your system is balanced under normal operating condition. Okay, means your relay remains inoperative, means it will not operate. Okay. So in next lecture we'll see the next part. Means if the fault will occur, what will happen, we'll see in next lecture. Okay, and also we'll see the next time, that is the percentage differential relay. Okay, so in next lecture we'll complete our second chapter also, so be ready for the test. So thank you all. We'll end lecture now. Thank you.